Narayana. Hari Om and greetings from Niagara Falls. As we think, so we develop. We've heard this shared when it comes to as you think, so you develop. Then naturally, as we think, so we develop must be true also. When we thought in the most pure way, then there was only sattva. There was sattva inside, there was sattva outside. This was known as Satya Yuga. As time went on, atrophy kicked in, and this sattva became mixed with rajas and tamas. And this was known as Treta Yuga. When I became mixed with rajas and tamas, I expressed, and my society became like that. As time continued, what became dominant was rajas mixed with sattva and tamas, and this came to be known as Dwapar Yuga. No longer the golden age, no longer the silver age, the copper age, no longer the silver age. Right now, what is dominant is tamas, mixed with rajas and sattva. This is known as the steel age, as the dark age. What has happened is that I've become weaker. From sattva to sattva rajas to rajas tamas to tamas rajas, I've become weaker. My strength has come down, but our Creator has not changed. The nature of our Creator is compassion. So as our strength has come down, our Creator has not excluded us. Our Creator's compassion has taught us that her expectations of us has come down too. Whereas before, the way to remember the Creator was through dhyana, and then yagas, then pujas. Now all we have to do is kata. Now all we have to do is japa. And so this is clear to us. When my son Vyasa is active, I don't carry him. He can walk around wherever he wants to. But as his strength goes down, at the end of the day when he's sleepy, I carry him then, right? My expectations of him goes down as his strength does. As an ordinary parent, if I do that, imagine the extraordinary parent that is Bhagavan. Dharma originally was followed when someone practiced daya, tapa, shaucha, and dana. These are the four pillars, the four facets of following dharma. Daya means compassion. I have to be compassionate. Tapa, I have to be dedicated. And that dedication means I have to engage in disciplines. Shaucha, I have to be pure. Outwardly, I have to be organized. In the period that we're living in right now, where there's disintegration, there's distraction, daya, tapa, shaucha, those pillars have been broken. It's too hard for us to even be organized, as an example. Shaucha. Everywhere we go, tardiness has become commonplace, isn't it? a sign. And our Creator has shared that in this period of selfishness in Kali, all we have to do is dana. And dana leads to our kalyana. Dana is the first step. Generosity is the first way to being less selfish. Again, our Creator's compassion. This is all we need to do to be dharmic. I had shared with all of you that there's 5 full sections of chopais that describe Kali Yuga in the Ramayana. That is 98 to 102 in Uttarakanda. You should read those to see if this is all true. And then in 103 and 104, only 2 sections of chopais, there is the antidote to this disease. So lovely that these are all of our problems. And we only need a few solutions. The primary solution being bhakti. Yoga is not about implementation. Yoga is about intention. So bhakti doesn't revolve around us doing all the time. I have to do this, I have to get this. Bhakti involves us having that intention that what we're already doing, we're doing for the divine. We're doing to express our gratitude for the compassion of the Creator. In the yuga we're living in, yoga is most important. What is our intention? And our intentions can be navigated only when we have a relationship with the Guru Shishya Parampara. Rishi Bhushundi, though born in Ayodhya, was not born as a rishi. And due to famine, left Ayodhya, and he came across a Brahmana who became his guru. And this Brahmana taught him to love Bhagavan Shiva and to love Bhagavan Vishnu. But this Bhushundi only loved Bhagavan Shiva, and he was actually jealous of his own guru. That his guru loved Bhagavan Vishnu also. So one day when Bhushundi was in a mandir and he was chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, he saw his guru come into the mandir. But because he was jealous of him, he disrespected him by not getting up and offering his respect to his guru. And his guru didn't mind at all. His guru knew Bhushundi's intention. But Bhagavan Shiva could not tolerate this disrespect. Because if one is chanting Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, then if the guru is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all of the puja that one is offering to Bhagavan naturally has to be offered to the guru. But Bhushundi did not do this. And so Bhagavan Shiva says, you did not get up from your seat to offer respect. You sat there like a python. What is the Hindi word for python? Ajgara, I think. I think that's a word. So may you become a python. And Bhushundi, before he became a crow, remember that's coming, he was turned into a python. Filled with tamas, someone who can't show respect. And that Bhushundi was so scared. He tried to go to Bhagavan Shiva for forgiveness, but Bhagavan Shiva said, my power is given to the Guru. I can't take back what I've shared. You have to ask forgiveness from your Guru. And Bhushundi's guru was so great, even before he asked for forgiveness, this Brahmana asked for forgiveness on his behalf. on his behalf. The word guru has some etymology from the word girati. Girati means to eat. Girati means to digest. A guru is someone who eats disrespect, is someone who eats a student's ignorance and digests it. Not eats it and gives it back, but digests it. It's gone. What disrespect? What ignorance? So now we have Bhushundi, who's in the form of a snake, and he was forgiven for his disrespect of the Guru Shishya Parampara. Bhagavan Shiva said, I've pronounced this curse, I can't take it away, but what I will do for you is you will never forget what you learned in each lifetime. You will never forget. So with each manifestation, Bhushundi became more and more and more wise. Now we go to one embodiment where he meets Lomasha Rishi. In my sickness last week, I had mentioned the name Loma Harsha, but it wasn't Loma Harsha, it's Lomasha Rishi. And Bhushundi asks Lomasha Rishi the difference between Brahman and Bhagwan. And Lomasha Rishi goes on and on and on about tuning into Brahman is the highest. But Bhushundi didn't understand this because he was so in love with Bhagwan. And so in that dialogue, he again showed disrespect for Lomasha Rishi by sharing that you don't love Bhagwan, you only love Brahman because you don't know Bhagwan. So the Shishya is telling this about the Guru. So Lomasha Rishi, in his frustration, says, you're very opinionated. Sounds like us when we study the scriptures too, no? I don't think Tulsidas is right. I don't think Gurudev really understood this concept. What is the Sanskrit or Hindi word for opinionated? Someone who has a lot of paksha. And what does the word for paksha also mean? Bird. You have so many opinions, may you become a paksha, may you become a crow. So Bhushundi becomes a crow, but that Lomasha Rishi, he knew that though he's disrespecting me, it's because he loves Bhagwan so much. He loves Bhagwan Rama. I should teach him some more. I should be more patient with him. And so Lomasha Rishi taught Bhushundi Ramayana. So though we've completed the Katha of Ramayana, how many more times this comes again and again and again? So now tell me, now that we've studied and completed Ramayana, what is the purpose of Ramayana? What is the purpose of Ramayana? The purpose of Ramayana is to stop loving Maya and to start loving Bhakti. That is the purpose of Ramayana. Bhagwan Rama's beloved is Bhakti. Bhagwan Rama's maid is Maya. He has two women in his life. One he loves, one works for him. Now let's think about us. We also have two women in our lives too, correct? Bhakti and Maya. Who do you love? Do we love Bhakti or do we love Maya? See, we love Maya and Bhakti works for us in the sense that we have that distant relationship. Ramayana teaches us to love Bhakti because Maya is afraid of Bhakti. Maya is afraid of Bhakti. And the whole teaching of Ramayana, to go from Maya to Bhakti, there's almost a summary that is offered where Garudaji, in the last dialogue, asks Rishi Bhushundi now these questions, 8 questions. I'm going to ask these questions to you. As you write them down, try to answer them. I'll read the questions and then I'll answer them. So you can think about this too. Question number 1. What is the greatest form? Question number 2. What is the greatest misery? Number 3. What is the greatest joy? Number 4. What is the greatest quality of the noble? Of those who are noble, what is their greatest characteristic? Number 5. What is the greatest quality of the ignoble, of the wicked, of the dushtas? 5 questions. 6. What is the greatest merit? Punya. Number 7. What is the greatest sin? Papa. Number 8. What is the greatest disease of the mind? What is the greatest mental illness? Okay, so why I'm sharing this, I've been trying to narrate that with the end of the katha of Ramayana, Ramayana comes up again and again and again. We have to be clear, our exit test, what is the purpose of Ramayana? To love bhakti, to love love, helps me to let go of, to disassociate from Maya, dependence. And now the same message of loving bhakti, letting go of Maya, is presented in this dialogue of 8 questions. So here are your answers. What is the greatest form? A human. The greatest form is to be a human. Why? Because only humans can be enlightened. Only humans can engage in the highest bhakti. What is the greatest misery? Poverty. Because if I'm impoverished, if I'm too hungry or too cold, I can't make use of being a human, correct? If you're internalizing what I'm sharing right now, are you a human? Yes. Are you suffering from poverty? No. So should I be succumbing to Maya when I have the opportunity to love bhakti? Number 3, what is the greatest joy? Company, satsang. I'm giving you the English words, company with the noble, or satsang. Do you have that? Have you had that for almost 3 years? Number 4, what is the quality of the noble? The quality of the noble? Beneficence or selflessness. That every thought and word and deed of theirs is for our benefit, not for their benefit. Is that a check or an X for us? We have 4 checks so far, correct? No X's. Number 5, what is the quality of the ignoble? What is the quality of the people sitting around you? That is tormenting. An ignoble person is suffering, so they cause suffering. Now here, I was just joking with you, but I want you to take this seriously. You can only share what you have, correct? And whatever is inside comes outside, correct? So if I'm unhappy, what will I do to the people around me? I'll make them unhappy too. So is it so inaccurate for me to describe myself as ignoble? What is the greatest merit or punya? And this I'll read to you. This is such an important message. The greatest punya, the greatest dharma, parama dharma, shruti, bibita, ahimsa. What is the greatest merit or punya? Ahimsa. And why I wanted to read this to you. How many of you have heard ahimsa paramo dharma? How many of you have heard of that teaching before? Where did you learn that from? Where is the reference to that? See, it's rare that we are able to capture where that's referenced. I know very few people who know that reference, and here that reference is given at the end of Ramayana. This is important because it has that scriptural sanction. It's not just someone's opinion. Ahimsa is the way to punya. What is the greatest sin? You're going to love this. Paraninda sama agha na garisa, speaking ill of others. Paraninda, gossiping, criticizing. There is no impurity that's heavier or greater than that. So all of the people who are negative, all of the people who criticize, that is causing the greatest papa inside and outside. Finally, what is the greatest disease of the mind? Moha sakala vyadhina karamula. That moha or confusion is the original disease of the mind. From that comes lots and lots and lots of diseases. So, moha. With this summary of Ramayana, Bhagavan Shiva says to Mother Parvati, Mati anurupa kata me bashi. This is the 128th section of Chopais, the last Chopai that we will read together. Jadyapi pratama gupta kari rakhi. I've shared with you, Mother Parvati, what I know of Ramayana, and initially, I didn't tell you everything. I kept some of this as Gupta. Gupta means the secret. Tava mana priti deki adikai. But then I saw how interested you are. I saw how much you respected this. Taba me Raghupati kata sunahi. Then I shared with you wholeheartedly. I didn't hold anything back. Before Bhagavan Rama was even born, who got married? Mother Parvati and Bhagavan Shiva. Shraddha and Vishwas. Faith and trust. When faith and trust get married, then joy can be born. Our Ramayana began with Bhagavan Shiva answering Mother Parvati's questions. And our Ramayana is completed with Bhagavan Shiva answering Mother Parvati's questions. What we have studied is known as itihasa, or history. In Sanatana Dharma, there are 4 directions, and I'm consciously not saying 4 rungs. I'm saying 4 directions of Shastras. One of those directions is known as Shruti. That which is heard, that which was revealed to those with still intellects. All of this documented came to be known as the Veda. The analysis of the Veda, the essence of the Veda, was shared as the Smriti. That's another direction. The Smriti when I no longer am able to understand through hearing, and I can only understand through seeing. That is smriti. The most common smriti that we study is Bhagavad Gita. Another direction is history. When we are unable to understand the implied meaning that is shared in smriti, we need to see this in our own timeline. In Sanatana Dharma, our historical texts are Ramayana. We've now had a history class for 3 years, no? And Mahabharata. Maybe, I was going to say in our next lifetime we'll study Mahabharata. We'll study Mahabharata to end all lifetimes. And even when history is too dense for us, when I cannot relate to history, another direction in Sanatana Dharma is known as Purana. Purana. Shruti, Smriti, Itihasa, and Purana. Bhagavatam is known as a Purana, but which Purana? Maha Purana. Bhagavatam is made up of 2 compounds. Bhagavataha idam. Bhagavataha idam means relating to Bhagwan. Relating to Bhagwan. So Bhagavatam is the nature of Bhagwan. Bhagavatam is the path to Bhagwan, which we call bhakti, correct? So Bhagwan, bhakti. Bhagavata is those who belong to Bhagwan, which we call as bhaktas. So the word Bhagavata means Bhagwan, bhakti, and bhakta. And the word Purana. When I say Purana, what do you think of? You think of pickle, right? That pickle is Purana. Purana is someone I can't relate to. But that's not what Purana means. Purana means Pura. Pura means ancient. And Purana also means Nava. Nava means new or fresh. New or fresh. So Purana means that which is ancient yet relevant. That which is original and applicable. So I've explained Bhagavata and Purana, and I said that this is the Mahapurana. How many Puranas are there? 18 Puranas, which have been compiled by Vyasa. Compiled by Vyasa. Sometimes people ask me what the name Vyasa means. And if I gave them the literal meaning of Vyasa, what does Vyasa mean literally? Editor. Imagine I said to someone, I named my son Editor. I named my son Cleaner. He edited because he was a visionary. So our Vyasa, known as Veda Vyasa, the one who compiled or edited the Vedas, he did the same for the Puranas. And why this is known as the Mahapurana? Because this is the last, this is the final work of Vyasa, of Rishi Vyasa. He edited the Upanishads and wrote the Vedanta Sutras. He wrote Mahabharata. But his final sharing with humanity has been what we're about to study, the Mahapurana. Please remember that. If someone is older and someone is going to pass away, and you know this is the last time you're going to meet them, are you going to talk about food? Are you going to talk about something that they said 20 years ago? This is going to be your last hug with them, your last word with them, correct? This is going to be your essence to them. As we study Bhagavatam, we have to feel the same as coming from Vyasa. This is his message. In circles, Vedanta circles, there's a sharing. Vidyavatam Bhagavate Pariksha. Vidyavatam Bhagavate Pariksha. The real test, the real examination, the real gauge of one's vidya, of one's knowledge, is their ability to understand and live Bhagavata. There are 18,000 shlokas written in Sanskrit in Bhagavatam, organized over how many chapters? 12. The chapters in Bhagavatam are known as Skandaha. Skandaha. What were the chapters in Ramayana known as? Kandaha. They sound similar, no? Skandaha becomes Kandaha. And there's so many similarities we will be exposed to. These 18,000 verses are what are known as Bhagavatam. But there's a tradition that before you study Bhagavatam, what do you study? Bhagavata Mahatmya. Mahatmya, which is the glories, the importance of Bhagavatam. Before you study Bhagavad Gita, what do you study? The dhyana shlokas, no? This is to get us ready for Bhagavad Gita. In the same way, before Bhagavatam begins, there is the Mahatmya. This is found in the Padma Purana. So another Purana is describing the Mahapurana. There are 6 chapters on this Mahatmya. And if I can share this in a very simple English way, the more you respect, the more you receive. That works in the secular world too, no? The more you suck up to someone, the more you win their favor, isn't it? In a sacred sense, the more you respect, the more you receive. The more you receive. And when you receive Bhagavatam fully, it's no longer respect. You love what you respect. That's called reverence. The more I respect, the more I receive. The more I respect, the more I love. When respect and love are together, I revere. The bhakta reveres Bhagavan. That's called bhakti, the antidote to Maya. The first shloka of Bhagavata Mahatmya, which many of you know. Please repeat after me. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpattaya Vishwotpattadihetave Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. This is the first chapter, the first verse, where Bhagavan Krishna, we're expressing to Bhagavan Krishna, Vayam Numaha. Vayam means we. Not I, but we prostrate, we respect, we love, we revere you, Bhagavan Krishna. Who is Bhagavan Krishna? Sat, Chit, Ananda. Who are you? Sat, Chit, Ananda. So really, when we say that we revere Bhagavan Krishna as existence, awareness, joy, the way to revere Bhagavan Krishna is to feel that the I is Bhagavan Krishna. The I is existence, awareness, joy. Bhagavan Krishna is the Vishwa Utpati Adi Hetave He is the one who has created creation. He is the one who's not only done that, facilitates creation, changes creation. So we remember Bhagavan Krishna as I. We remember Bhagavan Krishna as all of our experiences. We keep experiencing creation. That's Bhagavan Krishna. And the impact of this, tapa traya vinashaya. Bhagavan Krishna is the one who can vinasha, the one who can destroy the tapatraya, which are the three sangatas, the three problems in our lives. The three directions for the problems in our lives are far away, nearby, and inside. Shared differently, the three sangatas, or the tapa, that which burns us, is stress, anxiety, depression. And the one who can burn up that which is burning us is Shri Krishna. At the end of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavan Krishna will share, as I leave this manifestation with this particular form and name, I am simply converting my form and name into Bhagavatam. Bhagavan Krishna is Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is Bhagavan Krishna. Narayana.